Check. How's it sound? Do I sound good? All right. Welcome everybody to Open Mic. Yeah. I'm Tony Tubes. Thanks. We got a lot of we got some new people doing some new stuff, and that's awesome. And we have some fairly new people coming back, which means that we didn't scare you off the first time, which is always cool too. I'm gonna do a couple jokes, and then I'm gonna have Jordan come up here. I'm just letting you guys know. I looked it up. I looked up my name online. If anybody has never looked up their own name online, Anthony or Tony literally means gift from God. So you guys are in for a treat, you know. I recently found out that the Aberdeen Wings and Leonardo DiCaprio have the same age requirements. Right? That's right. That's funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny. I think good like $1 million idea for me, and you guys can steal it if you want. The Women of Walmart calendar. Lots of sweatpants, sometimes no pants, and then also body cam footage gone wild. Wow, that brought the room down. So I work at a gas station, and there's this guy that comes in all the time, and he can never get the credit card machine to work because he hate smashes his card into the little thingy all the time. He's like, I don't know why I can't get it to work. And I'm like, I know why you don't have a wedding ring on your finger. Whoa, easy, man. Easy does it. I came up with a band name. My band name, if I start a band, is going to be called Biff Tannen and the Buttheads. And our first album is going to be called Say Hi to Your Mom for Me. That's a Back to the Future joke, kids. If you haven't ever seen Back to the Future, you should. But no, if I actually do end up writing an album, and this has been on my list of album names, I have like 176 names for my albums. But my very first album, at first I was just going to call it Greatest Hits, just to swing for the fences right off the bat. But no, my first album is going to be called Wiggles the Ice Cream Man. Don't know why, but it's just a fun name. And then my second album will be a follow-up album, which will be all instrumentals, that'll be called Mouthful of Muffin. Because you can't sing when you have a mouthful of muffin. So having this bottle of water reminds me of my first world problems. And one of my biggest first world problems is how pissed I get when I open it up and there's nothing there. Damn it. Like how many, kids, you guys are more on fleek and not cringe and everything like that. But this is the original bussin' caps right here is, fuck yeah, buy one, get one free. Now I won 1983743. Right on. Yeah. See, kids, you used to be able to win things underneath the caps of these things back in the day. So I feel kind of cheated as a straight, big-ass, corn-fed white dude. I feel like you can't tell jokes about groups of people anymore. You know, you can't tell jokes about groups of people anymore, and then they all have a trailblazing patriarch that will come out and stand up for them. You know, if you hear jokes about fat people, you hear jokes about gay people or trans people or little people or anything like that, there's always somebody that'll come out and they'll be like, no, that's wrong. Every group of people has that person that'll come out and say, no, that's wrong. Except for the little dick guys. Seriously, that is still the truest form of comedy that nobody ever fucking bitches about. Nobody's ever like, you shouldn't say that, because nobody wants to be the advocate for the guys with little dicks. Nobody wants to plant the little dick flag, you know what I'm saying? I will though. And I'm not saying I got a little dick, but I'm just saying, you gotta cut them some slack. They didn't do anything wrong. You know, they've been taking shit their whole lives. They get duped by the Extends people, and women constantly make fun of them online, and they're like constantly online looking up to see the hours spent looking up to see if penis enlargers are really best made in Sweden. So let's hear it for those little dick guys, because they didn't do anything wrong, right? Yes. Until they bought that big truck. That's when you cross the line, bud. That's when you cross the line. They say you eventually turn into what you consume. So you guys will be very, very happy to know. My good friends will be very happy to know that someday I'll turn into a big thing of donut holes and a bag of weed. So, yeah, that's something to look forward to. And I wish that I loved anything in this world, and you should all wish this. I wish that I loved anything in this world as much as gaggles of Asian foreign exchange student girls love everything. Everything. If there was a gaggle of Asian foreign exchange students, they would have taken a picture with every single one of you, every piece of wall in the art, the candles, the mic, a fucking lottery machine with a fucking quarter in their hand and all that shit. Oh, I love gaggles of Asian women. They'll take a picture of me, big American man, you know? So, the other day, my boy and I were driving to the store, and all of a sudden he's like, here, let me get this. All right. All of a sudden he's like, Dad, guess what? I'm like, what? He's like, I'm a gangster. No, you're not, son. He's like, yeah, I am. I'm a gangster for real. And I'm like, just because you're cruising the mean streets of Los Santos in GTA 5 online, man, doesn't make you any kind of a fucking gangster. He's like, no, I'm a gangster, Dad. So we roll up to the store, and some little old lady's walking right in front of our vehicle. Little old ass lady, she's stuffing money into her purse. I'm like, there you go, bud. And he's like, what? I'm like, go roll that fucking old lady for her money, dude. And he's like, gangster? Come on, motherfucker. And he's like, no, Dad. I'm like, no, dude. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, go out there, sock her in the face, grab her fucking purse, run like hell. I'll meet you on the other side of Walmart, man. He's like, no, Dad, no. He's like, what would my parents would feel, you know, you guys would be so disappointed. Like, think gangsters care about their parents? Think that they're disappointed and everything? Be a gangster? No. you gotta put them in their fucking place, man. So, I don't really have a cure for like men beating on women and stuff like that, because it's a big thing, especially around here for some reason. But I have a suggestion. I think every man just needs to watch, like, as you know, they're watching like the videos about sexual relations in like the 4th or 5th grade. They need to have one about just like romantic relationships, and they should play Busta Rhymes' Pass the Cavassier video. Because if you've never seen it, kids, you guys, yeah, that kid's like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. But no, watch Busta Rhymes' Pass the Cavassier video with P. Diddy, fucking Pharrell, and everything. Because in the middle, there's this little scene where Monique's in his face, and he's like, you drank all the goddamn Cavassier. And she's like, you calling me a thief? And she goes up and socks him in the head like 3 fucking times, man. And the whole time you're sitting there going, Buster, you better not break this woman's nose or anything. But you think so, man. You think he's gonna go and he's gonna hit her because she is tapping his ass with her. And all of a sudden, no, he goes up and just fucking stomps on that pinky toe. Bam! It's like, that's what you know, if a girl's in your face and she's hitting you and everything, you don't hit her back, but you can step on that pinky toe. Busta Rhymes taught me that, man. And then she does it, he's like, I'll do it again. P. Diddy's like, do it again, I'll do it again. And she fucking smashed it. Oh, he got the corn. And I'm just saying, man, you gotta, Pass the Cavassier should be played to every kid, you know? And if you've never seen it, kids, Pass the Cavassier. I have an idea to solve the energy crisis of the world. It involves all of the pedophiles in the world and an obscene number of human-sized hamster wheels. That's all I got for that. When I was 18, I had a friend say she got a bunch of money when her dad died. She's like, I'm taking all my friends out to get tattoos. And I was 18, I didn't know what to get, so I got a stripper pole that goes from right here all the way up to about right here. There's a big old stripper pole. And that's why, that means every single woman that has ridden me since then gets to look down and think of even more life decisions. So yeah, best tattoo I ever got in my life, man. That was good stuff, dude. When you got me going, Jesus. yeah, so my first joke for this little part was, so Cardi B had that song WAP. You guys know what that stands for, right? If you don't, it stands for wet ass pussy. And I can't wait, I honestly can't wait until like 30 years from now when she's still trying to stay relevant like Madonna is and stuff like that. And she comes out with DAG, dirty ass grandma, or dry ass grandma, sorry. That dry ass granny, that's what my phone said, that's funnier. So Halle Berry was just on the cover of AARP. And Sarah McLachlan was just in a Busch Light commercial. So it's not hell, but we can see it from here, guys. So, I mean, for real, dude. Sarah McLachlan. My God. And then, so the other night, I've been putting this off for years. My wife has been like, you have to watch The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Anybody ever seen that? That sad-ass movie? That long, sad movie, and I went into it knowing what I was getting into, man. I had to take a Percocet just to make sure that I was going to be okay. And then, so we're into this movie and everything. I'm waiting for the feels. I'm waiting for the tears. I got a box of tissues next to me just waiting for it. And then the fucking kid says his name. And I am not of Jewish descent, nor do I know a lot about the Jewish people, but I did not know that the name Shmuel was a name. And it ruined that movie for me, man. The whole movie, I'm sitting there, I can't feel bad for this kid named Shmuel. I just have to keep on laughing. Even when he died at the end. Like all of a sudden, if you don't know, I'm sorry, the movie's been out for like 19 years, okay? So if I ruin this for you, I'm sorry. They gas his fucking ass at the end, and all of a sudden it's just like quiet. And the guy's sitting there looking in there, and I whisper to my wife, I'm like, Shmuel? And he's just busted out laughing. I'm going to fucking hell for it. I just know I am. Aubrey, I have one note for you, Aubrey. That's when like your paper, when you're done with that, roll that son of a bitch. I just think that'd be a good gimmick for you. So y'all are really that lucky that I'm here because a couple weeks ago, I had hemorrhoids, surgery too. Every 5 or 6 years my butthole likes to go on a Rumspringer from hell. And yeah, and you know, and when that happens I always have like multiple people inside me, like over the course of a few days. And you know, and I always get stuck with the same. It's always a hot chick and her hot nurse's assistant, and who had to come in and be the cheek spreader and all that. And then I'm trying to, like, you know, bust up the tension in the room. And so I'm like, well, this is the closest I've been to a three-way in a long time, ladies. So thank you all for that. And I feel bad for him because it looked like by this time, man, like like I said, like every 5 or 6 years since I was like 18, I have issues and shit. So it's like looks like Mickey Rourke's face down there by now. Kids, if you don't know who Mickey Rourke is, look him up, you know, and then you'll get the joke. But you know, and then I just, you know, when I'm going through it, I just think to myself, those poor porn stars. God damn, those poor porn stars. They take a pounding. It's unimaginable pain, man. Unimaginable pain. Like, and then they dope me up on all sorts of like Valium and what do I got? Hydro. They give me hydros and shit like that. So I'll be all fucked up, but I'll still be in pain, and I'll be waiting for like, I just want Indiana Jones to run through the door with the Holy Grail in his hand with the Jesus juice inside, like he did with Sean Connery, and dump it all over my ass. And like, you know, so it heals it. Well, I say only the penitent man shall pass, you know, and everything. But no, that's my dream. But then it turns into a nightmare where like that big dude from the Green Mile comes in and tries to suck the flies out of my ass. And it doesn't work. He's like, I couldn't take it back, boss. I couldn't take it back. So yeah, so I'm good. I'm good though. I feel good. I can do this, you know. So that's always good. I love your laugh. Blue shirt, I love your laugh. You gotta keep on coming back. But anyway, so that's my time. We're gonna have Stan close out the show, and before you start coming up here, Stan, this last weekend I was a part of the 48 Create at the Capitol Theater. They did 48-hour film festival where you basically, you get a genre that you don't know that you're getting, and then you have 48 hours to create a movie based on that genre. And I had silent film, and I picked that. No, it was touching. It was touching. It was very, very good. It came out very good. I got my kids involved and everything. But at the end of it, it turned out really well. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but at the end of it, Stan gets a hold of me and he's like, dude, I loved your movie. Can I write a score for it on my guitar? And like I said earlier, what am I gonna say? No, fuck you. That's my art, bitch. No. So he's gonna get me a copy of that one of these days, and I'm so thankful because nobody's ever taken that much interest in anything that I've ever done to say, hey, let me score your fucking movie for you, man. So I can't wait to see it. And you know, if I don't get a hold of you, you know, if you guys don't know me or anything, I'm Tony Tubes on Facebook. You can add me as a friend. I don't care. And that way, you know, I can share stuff with you guys and let you guys know when there's events coming up and everything. And you guys, I'm going to release a Stan cut of Ghost Town after he gives me a copy of it and stuff, so you guys can see that too. So, yeah. So Stan, and I want you to know this is out of like 100% love and my inability to remember people's names. But for the longest time, I called you Stan Halen because just so. I mean, Stan Halen, man, that's completely out of love because I love Eddie Van Halen and stuff. But yeah, man. It's funny you say the story about Stan from South Park because once upon a time I got in a really bad accident where I was in a coma and all sorts of stuff, and I ended up going back to school the same week, and I was in a wheelchair. The same week that South Park introduced a character in a wheelchair, and his name was Timmy, and my name's Tony, so I go like, Tony! When I go back to fucking school and everything, shut up. But yeah, so yeah, and I guess I never even said the name. The movie that I did last week was called Ghost Town, and if you go on YouTube and you look up Ghost Town Tubes, you'll find it. But yeah, it was a fun time, and I highly recommend for you creative types to next time they have one of those 48 film festivals. It's a fun time to get down on them. So thanks all for coming out, and hopefully we'll see you guys and more here. Get your friends out and everything, and tell them to come and get on. That's what North Face over there is doing right now. Is on his phone telling everybody I'm at open mic, man. You can't be bothered. But yeah, so hopefully you guys all come out the last Sunday of what is this month? February? March. So we'll see you guys then. Thanks for coming.